Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena Goblins versus Gnomes. We have not played with Shaman or with Rogue in this new set, so let's go ahead and grab the Rogue. Once again, I get the freaking Illuminator, but Rogues don't have secrets. So it's a tough call because the Wailing Soul, I mean, it's got good stats, but the Battle Cry is terrible. The Illuminator's got decent stats, but it's worthless, so it's just, I mean, the ability is worthless, so it's just a 2-4 for 3. And then the Assassin is a good finisher, but like I've said before, he's really only good if he's like one of your only expensive cards. And you really need to have a good board control to play him and actually win with him. I'm going to take him here. He's got more upside than the other guys. Alright, so here's one of the new Rogue cards. At the end of your friendly turn, give another friendly mech +2/+2. Nah, doesn't seem that great. This guy's really great, though. Taunt can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So he's like Ascension, except he's a mech, which can help sometimes, and he's got 1 less power, and then he's untargetable. I think that guy is really, really good. Alright, you give your weapon +1 attack. This is bad. I like Kobold Geomancer a lot for Rogue. Like a lot, because it makes backstab and eviscerate so much more effective. But I will take the Goblin Auto Barber because he's just a good thing to drop on turn 2, and if you can have a weapon out, that really makes a big difference sometimes. Okay, so the Pirate is alright. It's mostly a Grizzly for Rogues. I'm going to take one of these 1-drops, though. They're both very good in very different ways. The Abusive Sergeant's good in that he's good later on. Well, I want something I actually feel great playing on turn 1, so we'll take the Infiltrator to have at least one turn 1 play in this deck. Vanish, shitty as always. So this thing... 1-4 for 3 with Wind Fury. I mean, it is kind of hard to kill. It doesn't do much unless you can buff it. It is a mech, which actually I've got a lot of mechs here. Now, none of these mechs interact with each other. Like, none of them do any sort of, like, if you have a mech thing, blah, blah, blah. But I'll take this because this other stuff's pretty mediocre. I'll take that, and now I can take some, you know, give a mech bonus or whatever stuff. Okay, Nightblade I don't think I'm going to grab. The Panda can be okay. I can actually reuse that. Can't really do much. Yeah, we'll take the Annoyotron. That's a very annoying thing to get past. Alright, now here, Force Tank Max, it has such a cool graphic. I want to take that, but it's just ridiculous. I'd rather have a Boulder Fist Ogre, like, all the time. Cold Blood is a nice card sometimes for bringing down big minions or just finishing the opponent off, but I'm going to take a Ringleader here for some just more early drops, a little bit more consistency to the deck. Master of Disguise I don't like. People have made arguments for it. I don't buy it. I think it's just a bad card. We'll take the Sunwalker, who is terrific at holding down the fort. And here is, boy, this is a really tough one. So let's discuss. The Ogre is great just to have more endgame. Of course, I've already got a Sunwalker and an Assassin, so I've got to be a little bit careful. I'd honestly, at this point, rather put a Spectral Knight into my deck than a Boulder Fist Ogre, just because the Spectral Knight is really, really strong and hard to kill, but 1 mana cheaper. That said, I'm not guaranteed to see a Spectral Knight, so, you know, there's a risk to passing this Ogre right now. The Piloted Shredder is just a terrific 4-drop. The Wolf is good. It really works well with Annoyotron and the Flying Machine, and to a lesser degree, even the Nullifier. So it's a tough choice here, really. I don't have any removal. I've seen no removal at all. Since I've seen no removal at all, this deck might be light on removal. If it's light on removal, then having a higher curve is worse. Having a higher curve is worse, the worse that you are at killing your opponent's stuff. So we're going to go ahead and take the Shredder just for pure quality's sake. Oh god, this again. These two same things again. So do I take another Sunwalker? I don't think I can afford to do that. I really want 5-drops. If ideally, these would be the only cards I have at 6 and up, and everything else that I have for endgame would be a 5-mana minion. So I'll take the Illuminator, but I'm just not that jazzed about it. I think it's worth it for curve reasons. Okay, so I don't think this guy is good at all. I don't think he's ever been good. This is buffing, this is silence. Both are very good. We'll take the silence. Alright, another Auto Barber. I think I'd rather have 2 of these than 2 of those, so we'll take the Barber there. Assassinate's very important. I have 0 removal currently, and we're like over a third of the way through. One-Eyed Cheat. Whenever you summon a pirate, gain stealth. This seems like a bad card. Against mages who can just ping it, it's awful. Druids and rogues can kill it, but at least it'll deal some damage. It'll trade with literally anything that I can think of, other than things with Divine Shield, I guess. But it's a 4-1 is just worse than a 3-2, honestly. So do I take it to avoid a higher curve? Well, beggars can't be choosers. We're going to take a Sunwalker and just hope that that's all I need to do. Alright, so the Annoyotron or a Spider. Let's go ahead and go for the Spiders. Spiders work well with your dagger. This is a tough moment. The Sheep is good for some mass removal, although as a rogue I don't have any way that I can actually trigger it on the same turn. Deadly Poison is just very solid removal in general, but it's not mass removal. With this deck, I like the idea of having mass removal, and the Atikio Lot's great, but I think I need to take removal here. We're going to take the Sheep, although I might be wrong in doing that. Wow, another Auto Bobber? Well, these are pretty mediocre fours, so I guess we'll take a third one. Oh, I didn't even take a fourth one, but no, I don't think we need a fourth Auto Bobber. Let's take a Stormwind Knight, because it can be removal, and I desperately need that. Alright, now here's an interesting moment. I could take the Assassin's Blade, which could really help me hold the fort, as it were, but I really would rather have just a good 5-drop than the Blade. Mech Warper is actually interesting here, because I do have, you know, quite a few mechs, not really on purpose, but just, I have a lot of mechs here. Yeah, I'm going to take this guy. I think that has a lot of potential. Alright. This is a very interesting pack. So, the Blade Flurry is not as great because I passed on both Assassin's Blade and Deadly Poison. Ogre Ninja is a 5-mana minion, and it's a 6/6 at that. I don't think I want the Knife Juggler. I think I already have a lot of 2s. The Ogre Ninja, though, that could be good. I mean, sure, it has a chance to attack the wrong enemy, and that's bad, but I need a good 5-drop. Blade Flurry, oh man, I don't know. Blade Flurry would give me some more mass removal, and that could really help more than a 5-mana minion. I'll take the Blade Flurry, but I could very well be wrong in that choice. Ah, finally a backstab. Jesus, thought that would never happen. Yet another Dread Corsair. I just really don't want that. We'll take a Panther. Okay, so I can go for Sap, which will give me something big, but Assassinate already kind of covers that. We'll take another backstab for some more early game control. Eviscerate, I mean, I feel sad passing a second Geomancer, but it's just got to happen. Another Eviscerate, wow. I could actually take this other Mech Warper here instead of the Eviscerate. So having seen, after I take Blade Flurry, 2 backstabs and 2 Eviscerates, I'm kind of annoyed, but this would really, you know, increase my odds of getting one of these 2 4-drops out early. The problem is just late in the game he's bad, and I already have a lot of 2 things. So we'll take the other Eviscerate for some more burn potential. Fan of Knives is terrific. Love that card. Love it, love it, love it. Now that I have a Blade Flurry, as tempting as this Raider is, I'm going to take Assassin's Blade so that I at least have some synergy with Blade Flurry. Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. Give your weapon +3 attack combo, give a random... Oh, wow. So, normally I think I might take the Gilbin Stalker, but I have so many things to do at 2 mana. 1, 2, 3... Well, okay, not counting the sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're definitely good on that front. We'll take that for some more removal. Ooh, tough here. Fan of Knives gives me some more mass removal, but I've already got that with Blade Flurry and the sheep. The South Sea deckhand is kind of like a Bluegill Warrior, as long as you have a weapon out, which isn't always going to happen. I've already got a decent amount of removal. We'll just take the Infiltrator, who's a much more solid turn 1 play. Third Sunwalker, huh? Demolisher is just not good. We'll take another Sunwalker. So my curve's a bit higher than I'd like, but I did aggressively pass on a few big things. So we've got 4 cards at 6 and up, which is more than I'd like. A couple of 5s. All in all, I think this deck is pretty mediocre. I don't think this deck's very good. We'll see. I guess my last 2 runs, I claimed the deck was good and then ended up doing badly in both. 3 in one, 5 in the others. So I guess I'm due for saying a deck is bad and then going up to like 10. But if I had to gamble, this would be a time when I would truly gamble that this deck not going very far. I think that those 6s and 7s, I'd rather they be 5s and 6s, for sure. Because 5s and 6s do about the same thing as 6s and 7s, but cost a mana less, and that mana is really actually quite important. I have ended up getting a decent amount of removal all in like the 11th hour of the draft, but because I didn't get it early on, I made some weird choices for lacking removal. I took a Blade Flurry over something that would have been better. It was tough. So Ixen the Priest is our first opponent. Gotta keep the backstab, of course. But I don't think I need a backstab and an Eviscerate, so we're gonna mulligan that. And then keep the Spider. Hopefully what I'm trying to go for is to get another 2-drop. Of course I can't, even though I have a bajillion of them. So I will not probably be coining out the Spider. Although, actually, I could coin out the Spider. I'm gonna coin out the Spider. The reason is, I'm a rogue, and I've got a dagger that I wouldn't actually mind having in my hand. Yeah, I took Blade Flurry over Deadly Poison. I would definitely change that now. But anyway, the Spider is difficult to kill with removal. That's one thing. And then the other thing is that it works well as a rogue because I've got this dagger here. As a normal class or playing a minion that could have been Shadow Word Pained, I wouldn't have done this. Alright, the Unstable Ghoul is a little bit annoying. I will have to use my backstab on it because if I let the spiders pop before that thing died, he would just kill off my spiders. So right now, I used a backstab and a dagger to kill his thing. I've got a 1/1, which isn't that big of a deal, I guess. I do have a 3 and a 4 coming up, and I have a dagger in hand, so I'd say I'm doing okay, but a good 3-drop will change things. He's got a Farseer here. Oh no, he's gonna silence. Okay, so he goes down a card to do that. And then he Thought Stealed to go back up a card. Well, he should have Thought Stealed first. You should always draw cards first as a matter of principle. Alright, so Flying Machine. I did not take the Direwolf Alpha, which would have made this good. A 2/4 with Wind Fury is way better than a 1/4, but it can pick off 1 toughness minions really well, and besides that, it's not a very good card. So, cards are equal. I have a 1/1, which doesn't respawn, so it's not a super impressive card. But with a dagger, it can kill up to something with 2 toughness. That could be good. Senjin! Okay, that's not exactly what I'm happy to see. Alright, so the Mech Warper arrives honestly just in time, because it allows me to combo the Eviscerate. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to combo it and kill off the Senjin. There were other ways I could have killed that, of course. I could have played the Stormwind Knight for 2 damage, dagger for 3, and then like throw the spider in and Flying Machine in for 1 each. But this is fine, I think. See, here's where I wish Sunwalker were a 5-drop. Like, I would so much rather this be a Spectral Knight so I can play this next turn. Instead I'm playing the Stormwind Knight, which isn't going to be as impressive against his 5-drop. Which, given how slowly he's been playing, he's likely to have. Did I attack him twice with my Wind Fury guy? I always forget that. Okay, I did. Good. Noyotron might have stolen that from me. And an Explosive Sheep. I think he might have really stolen that from me. Okay. Well, I think, in light of what has just taken place, the move is to... this spider, unfortunately, just dies for no reason. I think the move is just to Fan of Knives, even though it means not playing my Piloted Shredder. So the Fan of Knives... Well, this is going to die anyway, so just in case I'm going to do this. So the Fan of Knives will pop the sheep, kill off his own Noyotron, deal some damage to my minions, but, you know, they still live. And I even get a Goblin Auto Bumper. Well, I'm not going to do that. I think that would be a little bit silly. Since it dies to Holy Nova, which he wants to play right now anyway, and I don't have a weapon out. It would be nice for this guy to survive a turn so I can play these dudes for super cheap. That'd be pretty awesome. Not really dealing much damage to him because this thing's just so weak. Alright, he's gonna silence my guy so my minions, my mechs cost normal prices now. This guy loves his silences, which means that Piloted Shredder is gonna get silenced now that, of course, he put that guy back in his hand. Okay, well, I could play the Sunwalker to let that get silenced instead. I could play the Stormwind Knight to kill his panda. Honestly, if the Sunwalker gets silenced, it's still a 4/5. And then I have this, but I could of course do this, and then I have more total board presence. He cannot play the Spellbreaker and Holy Nova. So what's more valuable to me, the Divine Shield and the Taunt, or the random 2-cost minion? Alright, let's go ahead and do the Auto Barber and the Shredder. So I beefed up my weapon. I can kill the panda with the weapon. I'll hit him for 4 damage. Cold Blood would actually not have been bad with this Flying Machine. So definitely either shouldn't have taken this or should have taken some synergy for it. Now I can play the Spellbreaker to silence my Shredder, but that's all kind of going according to plan, honestly. Oh, he's not going to do it. He doesn't have a... So the fact that he didn't play the Silence or the Holy Nova... Or, sorry, the fact that he didn't play the Spellbreaker and he played this instead means he doesn't have Holy Nova. Because if he didn't want to play Spellbreaker, the Holy Nova would have been the best thing he could have possibly played. Alright, he gets a 4/14, which I can only kill with an Assassinate, unfortunately. Let's see here. We got 4, 7. Plus 2 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. 13. 15. I actually have the lethal damage here. So we'll go bonkity, 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 boop. Boop. And boo. Well played. Okay, bit of a close game, that one. I think he could have stabilized in one. Especially if you had a way to give this taunt and I didn't get assassinate, you know, that would have been trouble. And I do have, actually I have a Spellbreaker. No, I forgot I have a Spellbreaker. Because I took that over a Shattered Summon Cleric. So I would have had 2 outs that I could have gotten against the crazy high health Mechanical Yeti. Now, if that had been a Senjin Shieldmaster that he had given all that health to, it would have been a very different story. I would have just been totally stuck. But in general, I don't like going for the health buff strategy because while it can be great, your opponent is just like always a Silencer and Assassinate or something away from killing it. There's just too many outs against it to justify it, I think. Fiery Frost the Mage. Well, I'm glad I didn't take that 4-1 Pirate, that's for sure. Alright, so here, I think I'm going to get a mulligan this and this. The real question is what to do about this sheep. I think I'm going to mulligan it, although I might regret that if she gets off to a fast start. I'm just hoping backstab's enough, and I want to get my own minions. Alright, and I do get my own minions, so that's great. So I can play the Infiltrator on turn 1. This might have been an Abusive Sergeant, and I'm very glad it's not. It's much better here. She passes turn 1, which is great. Okay, so now with backstab, I feel really good. I can play dagger, backstab, and kill anything up to 3 health. If it's just a 2 health thing that she plays. Alright, so here's a very interesting moment. You gotta remember, a good option now is better than the best option later. If I make a dagger so that I can beef it up later with Auto Barber, then there's a cost to that, which is that I'm not playing a 3-2 right now. However, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna do it. It's because, I've got nothing really to do on turn 3. Turn 3, all I would do really is play this Auto Barber. There's nothing else for me to do. Which is a very slow start. So she goes up a card for her troubles. And then unfortunately the Goblin Auto Barber is wasted here because I have to backstab anyway. I could backstab Fan of Knives, but no, we're going to play the Auto Barber and yeah, just waste one tick of the weapon. Basically, backstab plus dagger would have... Oh god, I messed this up. Okay, so folks, the correct play there might have been to backstab, hit her with my regular dagger, remake the dagger coin Auto Barber, and then I would have had a 2-2 instead of a 2-1. But I guess this way I'm keeping my coin. I just don't know if that coin's actually going to be useful. Okay, so she's still up a card from pinging off my Infiltrator. This Auto Barber actually is synergy with Blade Flurry. It's just not likely to work right now, because I doubt that I need a Blade Flurry here.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Sorcerer's Apprentice, Frostbolt, Frostbolt. Well, I go back up a card when I kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice here. Can I get a 4-drop, please? Annoyatron, not exactly what I needed. Darn. Well, this isn't very good. I really wished I could have played a 4-drop there, like a Piloted Shredder. The Annoyatron is annoying, certainly, but I'm actually now playing as slowly as she was. Luckily, I'm not down a card anymore, but all she needs to do is play 1 good minion and I'm pretty screwed. Alright, so she plays this, which is probably a mirror entity. That would be the best thing she could have. Let's check for it with my other Infiltrator. It is. Okay. Well, I'm not going to save this Fan of Knives because I have nothing else to do right now. So I might as well kill her stealth minion and draw a card. And then that gives me an extra chance of being able to play something next turn. And I have nothing else to do. Alright, so she has a Sunwalker, Texas Ranger. I could play my own Sunwalker, of course. I could silence her Sunwalker. I mean, there's a lot of options. I would like to spell break this and then kill it, but I can't. Because this is 2 plus... Well, I can actually. What am I talking about? 2 for dagger. I go down a card to do that. Or I can play my own Soundwalker. She's been playing so slowly, though. She almost certainly has Polymorph. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill her thing. So we'll do this. Go down a card. Whoa, whoa, whoa. First have to backstab. Backstab only works on undamaged minions. Throw the Infiltrator away. This. Got nothing better to do, so I'll remake the dagger, although I might end up playing Assassin's Blade. Alright, so yeah, I took a lot of damage daggering her minions, which I'm aware of as a mage, or against a mage as a rogue, you have to be kind of careful. Haven't really dealt any damage to her, so this being a burn isn't that effective yet. She plays a 5-4, which I will trade my 4-3 for, I think. Piloted Shredder. If I could do something with the coin and play the Shredder, I would, but there's really nothing I can do. So we're going to play Sunwalker, get her to use her Polymorph, and I'll hit her in the face with this dagger because I gotta start getting some damage there. So her turn, she polymorphs the Sunwalker, pings my Annoyatron. And then the question is, does she have anything to do with 2 mana? Oh no, she doesn't have a polymorph. My prediction was incorrect. She actually just has this. And she chooses to ping my Sunwalker, so she doesn't want me to popping that to deal 4 damage. Well, it's pretty sensible. Oh gosh, I need to start killing her soon. So I've got this, which can be like 12 damage, 16, 17. Not really enough. Alright, well I gotta go for it. I mean, I could Assassin's Blade and kill her Spectral Knight, I guess. Ah, jeez. I think we've got to start going for the face. I've got 2 Eviscerates in my deck. I've got some charge creatures. I think I gotta go for it before I snow for it. That's not a sentence. Alright, so now she can clear my board with Flame Strike, ping the Sunwalker, kill off whatever this drops with their Spectral Knight. Got 9 damage here, taking it down to 7 health. She has the Flame Strike. Pyromancer, which doesn't really matter. So now I'm just down cards. Explosive Sheep is pretty much the last thing I wanted to see here. Well, I'll have to kill the Spectral Knight. There's really no choice. It doesn't matter. I don't want to play the Sheep because it would be wasted. So we're going to pass the turn here. I'm going to lose this game most likely because she's got card advantage. The health totals are all the same, and I've got just nothing going on. Oh, wait, Blade... Oh, my God. Oh, wow, she is not playing around Blade Flurry. She's going to fireball my Illuminator or my face. She goes for the Illuminator, so she doesn't think she can burn me out. Well, this is quite the array of creatures against Blade Flurry. So I'm suddenly happy I took Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry clears the board. Alright, so the Sheep doesn't really make any sense to play. I'll kill her in 10 turns with my dagger. And I've got another Sunfairy Protector and Ravenhold Assassin in here, and a Panther, all of which would be pretty good. We're trying to burn her out. Oh my god, she has an Auctioneer. That's really, really strong. So she now gets to draw cards for her spells. Man, Auctioneers. Alright, well, I'm in trouble now. This is going to kill me before my dagger kills her. So I gotta play that. Gotta hit her in the face. I think the Sheep still doesn't make any sense to play. She can just ping it and it'll damage me more than it damages her. I just have to hope she doesn't get any more spells. No more polymorphs. Well, no polymorphs at all. Oh gosh, this is scary. So she pings off that, so no polymorph. Is it a 3rd fireball? Tail Strider, which I don't really care about very much. And a Sorcerer's Apprentice, which I also do not care about. Okay. Whew, my Sunwalker actually survived. That is a fribbin' miracle, and I think I'm actually going to combo Eviscerate using my Sheep. Good thing I held onto that Sheep, and PLOINK for the kill. Boy, that was close. So, okay. After saying the deck is mediocre and going up to 2-0, I have the following comment, which is both of those games were like really close. I mean, the decks that I ended up doing badly with, the games I won were like really solid. This one, it was like on death's door there. So I think this deck is still mediocre. I think those are just 2 lucky wins. Which may interest those of you who think that, you know, I always complain that I lose due to bad luck. I'm willing to admit that sometimes I win due to good luck. I try to be fair. I try to be even keel. Let's take a sip of some good luck orange juice. Delicious. Okay, who's going to be our next opponent? Oh, those are pretty long games. About 11 minutes each. Another priest. Sizer the priest.
The light shall bring victory.
Oh god. These are all terrific cards. And I have to mulligan each and every one of them. This guy, what's great about him is he doesn't die to Shadow Word Pain because he can't be targeted. Okay, great. Got a 1-drop and a 2-drop. I do have 3 of these in the deck, these auto barbers, so I'm expecting fully to use them as vanilla 3/2s. He was okay in that last game. He let me kill a Sorcerer's Apprentice with my dagger. No backstab in this hand, sadly. And a Shrinkmeister. Okay. So there's a couple ways you can go. Oh my god, I got a backstab. Wow. So again, I have nothing to do on turn 3 because Fan of Knives is not likely to be usable on the 3rd turn. This is why I am going to make a weapon and then go for the Auto Barber on turn 3. If I had a 3-mana play, I would certainly have just played this as a 3/2 right now and used Backstab to kill that and just been done with it. If I hadn't top decked Backstab, I would have used the Infiltrator, of course, to trade. will die to my dagger. And give her a card. So it wastes a tick of the Auto Barber. Now I have another option. I could Fan of Knives to give myself a card. But then I'm not putting a minion down. I value the minion more than I value the card right now. So one tick of that extra damage will be wasted, but the next tick might not, because this guy's already dealt 4 damage and is ready to trade with something. Fan of Knives plus this, I can kill something up to 3. Fan of Knives plus this, I could do something up to 4. Actually, Fan of Knives plus this is up to 3. I don't even have to trade a minion. He needs removal right now is what he really wants. Some kind of removal, just to kill my minions. Playing his own, I'd love it if he played his own minions, because I'm ready to kill his stuff, and then keep attacking with mine, getting some extra damage through. Sometimes early damage, you know, makes all the difference in the end. Blah. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. It doesn't have removal. Alright. Well, I could trade this in, but I'd rather use the Fan of Knives. Because now I actually would rather see some cards. Oh, Backstab having it first, I could have saved my weapon. But anyway, now I value cards more than I value my minions. Or sorry, I value cards, card advantage now, because I've got nothing to play. Again, Sunwalker, very good minion, especially against priests, but I have nothing to do next turn. If this were a Spectral Knight, I'd be much happier. Alright, he gets a 4/6, which is, you know, a problem. And I get another Auto Barber. Let's think about this. I could just Backstab Eviscerate this, go down a card and keep on hitting. I could also play Dagger, Auto Barber. This is a 2-dagger, this is Backstab. And no, hold on a minute. Dagger, oh, damn it, okay. So if I go Dagger and Auto Barber, I'm 1 mana short of being able to Eviscerate this thing, but then the 2 damage from my Dagger and the Eviscerate would have killed it. If I Auto Barber and then Eviscerate, it's left at 2 health, I could just throw the Infiltrator at it. Well, I value the Infiltrator more than I value the Backstab, so I might as well just do Backstab Eviscerate if that's what I'm going to do. Because there's really no way to make this work. Dagger, Auto Barber, Backstab. Dagger, Auto Barber, Backstab. Backstab, this will go to 4 health. Hit him with my weapon down to Worgen Infiltrator down to 0. And I've got this to replace this, so I have the same number of minions. Okay, we're going to try this out. See how well it works. For me. So health-wise, I'm actually not really ahead that much because I've hit his minions so many times, but board-wise, I'm doing great. Now, Holy Nova clears my board, gets him back up to 20. I play the Sunwalker, and then he has to respond to that because Sunwalker's a very good minion. So he wants a Holy Nova. That's still the best thing I can think of him having. Let's see, with a Sludge Belcher? Actually, a Sludge Belcher would be better. It would stop me from dealing damage. So Sludge Belcher is probably the best card he could have. Holy Nova is second best. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. Does he have a Holy Nova? Does he have a... Oh, he doesn't. He has a Shrinkmeister. Okay. And a Velen's Chosen. Well, the problem with this plan is that he does not have Taunt, so I can just ignore this. And in fact, I will. I'm going to play the Sunwalker, which is extremely difficult for priests to deal with, and hit him in the face. Now, the question is, do I hit him with my weapon? I think I am going to. The reason I'm going to hit him with the weapon is that right now I'm actually threatening lethal. 4, 7, 10, and I've got 2 plus 4 is 6. I've got 16 damage potential. So he's in a bit of trouble. Now, if he has a Holy Nova here, he would kill off these 2, pop Divine Shield, use the 5/6 to kill my 4/5, and then he's up to 12 health. I probably would lose the game, but I just really think he would have played a Holy Nova last turn if he had it, instead of this. So, because this, not only can I ignore it, but I also, but not only can I ignore this, but I also, it also doesn't have, it also doesn't kill any of my minions, it doesn't have taunts, it doesn't do anything. It also can be killed with, like, Assassinate, or Silence, or Sap. So there was a lot wrong with this play, so I think he really needed to do something else, like play a Holy Nova if he had one. All I'm trying to say is I think that he didn't have Holy Nova, because if he had one, he should have sure as hell played on the previous turn. Okay, well now we win. This game was a little bit more solid, although if he had a if he actually like did slow roll the Holy Nova, then he would have won, because the Holy Nova would have killed 2 things, popped Divine Shield, Sunwalker would have died, he would have been at 12 health, and I wouldn't have been able to deal 12 damage that turn. Alright, 3-0. So again, a pretty tight game, I think. He never had removal. He never played Holy Nova, Shadow Word Pain, Smite. He had no removal at all. Kind of fortunate when you're at 2-0 to play someone who has 0 removal and just lets you play all your minions. I used a lot of removal. I used my the Barber thing, beefing up my weapon. I had an Eviscerate. I had a Backstab or 2. Okay, so good times. We got to see a Mass Dispel, which is a card I love emotionally, but is just not very good a lot of the time. Next round has certainly made it better. I think every new set makes it better, because there's more bad things you'd want to silence. But still, I don't think it's often very good. Okay, Eviscerate. Here, do I keep that? I think no. I think I have enough early removal. I'm going to actually mulligan the Eviscerate, because it's just so annoying to play early on that I'd rather fish. And I find a Backstab. Well, the problem is, if she doesn't play any of her own minions, I don't get to do anything with Backstab or Fan of Knives. I don't get to do anything until turn 3, with it, which is probably a Shredder. That's a little bit scary. Okay, so play lots of minions for me to kill, please. Play lots of... Oh, don't make a dagger. Don't make it. There you go. Oh, not those. Oh, Jesus. Well, what I'm going to do here, I think, is dagger up, Backstab, and point one of these guys. I'll kill the other one with my dagger next turn, or with Fan of Knives if that's what I end up playing. Though I'd really like to just coin into a Piloted Shredder if I can.
This is our town.
Okay, she plays this uncomboed. Now we have some interesting choices. I could actually coin into the oil, which would trigger the combo but waste it because I don't have any minions out. And then I'd have a 4-1 weapon. I don't know what that accomplishes. Okay. I could play the Mech Warper, which would make this cost 3, which I still couldn't play with the coin. And then I could backstab this guy and dagger off the Spectral Spider. The disadvantage to that is then I just have this thing, and then no weapon in hand to use the oil on. I could Fan of Knives and dagger the Ringleader, which would clear out her board, but then I can't do anything else. So I guess if I'm going to clear her board, I might as well put a minion down while I'm at it.
Here we go.
But I would say overall this isn't a super great start. She has 5 cards to my 5 in the coin. I have some card advantage potential with Knives and the Shredder, but... Alright, she's going to backstab dagger this, which I'm actually okay with, because she's spending 2 of her mana making the dagger, I presume. Or is she going to shiv this thing? Nope, she daggers it. What does she have with her remaining mana? Leopard Gnome. Okay. So, this is actually kind of tricky. Because if I play the Shredder, then the Leopard Gnome plus the dagger will kill the first iteration of the Shredder. But then I get a random minion. Alternatively, I could make a dagger kill the Leopard Gnome and just straight up go up a card, but then all I have for board presence is the Infiltrator. I am going to do that, and the reason I'm doing that is I have this foil now that will, if I just throw the coin away to trigger combo, will actually give this +3 attack, and then I could like kill something with it or hit her pretty hard with it or something. So I'd like the idea of having a weapon in hand.
Ready, sir.
Crap. That's not exactly what I wanted to see. Can't really clear that board right now. Illuminator is just awful. Alright, we're going to play a Shredder. Hate doing this, but I'm going to trade my Infiltrator for the Squire to stop the Squire and the dagger from killing my Shredder. And I might as well hang on to this weapon in case I want to play this oil next turn. Man, I'm thinking this oil isn't very good. I don't know. Alright, so please don't kill my Shredder. It kills my Shredder, of course. Yep, killed my Shredder. Could have hit her Knight 3 times, instead it hit my thing 3 times. Alright, so the Zap-O-Matic will at least trade with the Knight. Because thanks to the Matter Bomber's assistance, she really should do this trade. You don't want to let someone keep a Zap-O-Matic in play. She decides to go for that. Well, this is actually getting interesting now. I could actually go for the oil, which would give this +3 attack, which would let me hit her for 12. The problem with that is that she goes down to 15, sure, but then I haven't killed any of her stuff. Well, I guess I could kill off her Matter Bomber. Let me think carefully here. I can't play this and this Charger, unfortunately. This Charger doesn't kill anything, unfortunately. Charger plus Fan of Knives would kill that, and then the Zap-O-Matic could kill that. I think that's actually my safest play. Yeah, I'm not close enough to killing her, so we're gonna do this. Coin into Fan of Knives. That was a mistake. I should have Fan of Knives first. Always draw cards first. Luckily, it doesn't matter. And now we will hit her once in the face, twice here, there, and pass the turn. Okay, so smoke's cleared. What's happening? She daggers up, kills this. I'm down health, and card-wise, I'm not doing great either. Yeah, not the greatest. I could silence this, but I wouldn't actually mind getting a spare part. The problem is this is a Chillwind Yeti, which is just super solid. Getting hit for 4 is something I can't handle right now. Alright, this is actually pretty good. So, yeah, it's definitely getting played. I'll play the Illuminator. And I'm going to hit her in the face once. I might regret it, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be short for mana anytime soon. So, we'll see if I regret that. There's another Yeti. Okay, so this is two Chillwind Yetis, and she gets a card up. Luckily, she did this second. Should have done that first. Now she's just going to get to kill my Taunter and kill this. Man, she's just going to win with the Yetis. This is why I say good 4-drops win games. She's going to get to draw another card off of the Shadow Step. And she's just going to win the game because of 4-drops. Alright, Sunwalker arrives in a timely fashion. Do I dare hit this Yeti with my face? I think I gotta.
Here we go.
Alright, swap minions attack and health. Alright, if she has Assassinate, I lose. Almost certainly.
Pass me that arc-light
She has
scanner.
another card.
I hope you like
There's
my
another
invention.
card. I've already used Fan of Knives. I'm looking for Blade Flurry, basically. Just gonna give it make it a 5/4. Okay, so they'll trade. That's fine, I suppose. And I get a taunt, which could be useful. But Blade Flurry would be most useful of all. Alright, let's think about this. I could play the sheep and eviscerate my own sheep. I could swap the Inventor's attack and health. But when you're behind, you gotta take risks. So the risk I have to take here is the following. I'm gonna play the sheep. I'm gonna give it taunt with the Rusty Horn. I'm going to swap the Gnomish Inventor's attack and health. So now the sheep's gonna kill all her stuff.
Here we go.
Swing there. Remake the dagger. And could eviscerate her face down to 10 and then try to kill her with this weapon. When you're behind, take risks. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to have that eviscerate in my hand later, because this is pretty expensive. To combo it out, it's gonna be rather pricey. So I take a risk. I take a big risk that this sheep's actually gonna hold. Okay, the sheep actually works. It clears her board. What's she have now? Golem doesn't stop me from hitting her in the face.
Something needs tinkering.
That doesn't stop me from hitting her in the face. Is this? Oh, this is the golem. Oh, the golem is a mech now. What? I did not know that they made the golem into a mech. Interesting. I guess it makes thematic sense. So she's got, let's see here, 6, 7 damage. If she can deal 5 damage, she'll win. But these are the risks we take. Okay. So Spellbreaker.
Your magic shall not save you.
Wait a minute. What do I want to get a +3 attack? Actually, it's the spiders, isn't it? Because they respawn, not the Spellbreaker. He's just gonna die to that guy anyway. Okay, so we're gonna play the spider. Combo the oil.
Your
Spellbreaker
magic shall
that.
not save you.
And hit her in the face. If I had a charge creature, that would have been nice. Okay, she's got 6, 7 damage. She needs 5 damage to win. 4 cards, 5 damage, definitely doable. I've lost many arena games to this exact set of circumstances. Does she have silence for those spiders? Or what? Seems to have a betrayal. Okay, so she can kill 1 minion off with a betrayal. Freeze a minion. Okay, so she stops it from attacking. There's a dwarf. Okay, so I'm almost dead. I got 1 chance to top deck removal. Man, that freezing coolant has lost me a lot of games. Oh, and she has a taunt. Well, that sucks. Blade Flurry, actually. Blade Flurry would give me out. It would clear her board. Oh, Eviscerate. Well, the comic thing is that I actually would have won with the Eviscerate if I could get past the Goldshire Footman. But unfortunately, I have to hit the Footman with my weapon. Or, I mean, I could Eviscerate the Footman and then hit her in the face, but then she's at 2 health. So I lose. Nothing I can do. I needed Blade Flurry, not Eviscerate. And the spider being frozen, of course, is just the fuck icing on the shit cake. Because if she had, well, if she had a Rusty Horn, that would have been annoying. But if she had like a +1 attack, +1 health, or even swap attack and health, that would have won that game. Well, anyway, this deck is mediocre. That was bad luck that I lost that game. But honestly, I had enough good luck, I don't really mind. And, yeah, sucks to lose that way. But really, I didn't deserve, I think, at least 2 of the 3 wins I had, probably. So, yeah, we'll take it. And now we're hopefully dipping into the loser's bracket. Maybe my good luck will return. In the meantime, let's eat some Ritter Sport Cornflakes chocolate. Definitely the best of the Ritter Sports. Alright, another mage.
You asked for it. Watch
Laurabia. Okay. Wow. Not bad. Well, excuse me. Delicious chocolate. One thing you have to ask yourself is, how much do I hate Flying Wind Machine? Given that I have a turn 1 and turn 2, how much am I willing to just throw this back just because it's bad? The answer is I am. Yeah, I think I actually don't like that card so much, I'm willing to trade it out for anything else. Alright. Assassinate, haven't used it yet in this arena. One problem playing against a mage is that mages have the water elementals, which are actually good enough to justify assassinating. Because when you're a rogue, you need to be able to attack. Okay, she has a slow start. Again, if I had a 3-mana minion, such as that terrible Wind Fairy thing, I would not be doing this play right here. But I am going to do it to get the Barber to work, because I'm planning to play the Barber on turn 3. There's nothing else to do. Okay, as the other mage, this one trades a lot of tempo in exchange for going up a card early. Crap. Well, if I had that in my hand, I would have actually played it. Now, if you're wondering, Boris, why'd you do that? The answer is that was actually probably a mistake. I should have really just played this and saved this for later. So I used more of my mana. Right now, I've got nothing else to do on turn 4 besides play the Illuminator. She actually has the Ooze. Are you kidding me? Well, that sucks. Oh, she's going to Frostbolt that too? What a bitch. Well, she's ahead a card, and I've got nothing to show for it. Just absolutely nothing. Yeah, pretty shitty. So, had I saved my Barber, I would be in much better shape, although she probably wouldn't have played the Ooze on that turn. It's hard to say what would have exactly happened. Okay, play a big 5-drop I can assassinate that isn't Spectral Knight or Sludge Belcher. Right. Okay, well, that at least I can Eviscerate. So, here's where Eviscerate really shines, dealing 4 damage for 2 mana. Makes a huge difference here. Ravenholt Assassin, interesting. I'd like to use that as a finisher. Here it is just a 7/5, which is for 7 mana pretty bad. Okay, so actually that oil, the Tinkertown oil or whatever, buffing this would be pretty sweet. This is Wind Fury. It'd hit for 8 damage.
For the Crusade!
Scarlet Crusader doesn't really... Can't really do anything about that, unfortunately. And I really don't want to play the Assassin now, because this could be a mirror entity. Okay, this guy doesn't make any difference. I don't want to assassinate that, obviously. So, yeah, we'll do this. Let's check for Ice Armor. No, let's do this first. And actually, I could just kill it, couldn't I? The problem is I still don't want to, I still don't want to play the Assassin because of this secret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check for Ice Armor Vaporize with my Illuminator. Okay, so no, it's none of those. So it could still be Mirror Entity. Let's kill this to check for Duplicate. It is. Okay, so since it's Duplicate, I can safely bring out my Assassin. Now this is annoying to be sure because she can now play 2 Scarlet Crusaders. But the Sheep's not bad against Scarlet Crusader. And if I draw Fan of Knives or Blade Flurry, that would also be pretty good against Scarlet Crusaders. And she might have something better to do. Like, I hope she really plays like a 6-mana minion. Okay, well, so much for that pipe dream. She did play them both. Okay. Well, do I attack with the Assassin? Got Fan of Knives. Alright, let's do Fan of Knives. This seems like a solid play. Alright. Dagger one of them, bitches. Do I eviscerate the other one is the question. I think that would be a little bit foolhardy. Let's just do this. Hit her for 7 damage. And beef up my weapon. I am wasting a tick, but, you know, I get a 3-2 on the field. Alright, she has 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I'm okay on cards. She's got a little bit low on life. This turn she has to Fireball or Polymorph my Assassin. Yeah. The question is, can she do anything with that 4 mana? Because a 4 mana minion here that's good would make a pretty huge difference. She has a Demolisher, which isn't really very good at all. I can eviscerate that. Alright, so we play Stormwind Knight to trigger the combo. That's better than playing the Sheep. Pretty decent top deck there. We'll go swingity, swingity. I'll take a little risk here. We're actually going to hit her in the face there. I've already used both eviscerates, but I have an Assassin's Blade and a Blade Flurry that could deal some extra damage to her. I think that's it, actually, for extra damage. So she's got to clear my board right now. I'd rather she played like a huge minion so I could assassinate it, and then I'd be almost certain to win. So Sunwalker would be awesome. Darkscale Healer, it heals her, but I'm actually okay with that because it doesn't taunt. So I'm pretty down with this move. Arcane Explosion will let her kill off one of my creatures, and that's the harder hitting ones. That was actually pretty annoying, but not as annoying as a Flame Strike would have been. Alright, so do you assassinate this? I don't think so. I think, in case she's slow rolling a better minion, I'm not going to assassinate him. We'll just throw the Sunwalker down. I'll kill her in 9 turns with this knife. Less if I get Assassin's Blade. Or the oil. Yes, the oil would beef up my weapon as well. See if she has a removal for this. Or if she wants to play a really big taunter. Because if she doesn't have a removal, she has to play a big taunt. She has to risk the Assassinate. I've got the Assassinate. And then I can hit her with my stuff. Okay, so she needs a damage for this healer to be able to kill my Sunwalker. Stormwind Champion provides her the damage that she needs. Alright. Crap. That's rough. Okay. This is 4 plus 5 is actually 9 damage, but I have to first play another card to actually make it be comboed. What is this called? Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil. I called it the Tinkertown Oil, which isn't quite what it is.
Here we go.
So that was like a, what, a 6 damage bomb, I guess, for 4 mana. A little more than 4 if you count the combo requirement. Okie dokie! Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good for this deck. Still, I might just lose it 4 or 5 easily, but pretty good for how mediocre I thought the deck was. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe. And I'll be back soon with the rest of this run. Take care, everybody.